This story leads our bulletin at this hour. There's been a massive explosion at an Engen refinery in Durban. It's unclear how many people were at the plant at the time. My colleague, that's eNCA reporter Dasen Thathiah, is covering that story for us, and he's joining us now live from the scene. Dasen, good morning to you. When you hear of an explosion at a refinery, you really wonder about casualties. What information do we have? Let's start there. About how many people have been injured or hurt?
Well, Dan, if there can be any good news coming out of an explosion like this one, it's that there have been no fatalities that have reported yet. But we understand that there have been 7 people that have been taken to hospital. Initially it was 6, but the 7th has just been loaded into that ambulance behind me now. The majority of them, we are told, is because of smoke inhalation. I want to show you the refinery, Dan. It's on the right of me now. You might be able to see these towers. They're 2 tall towers where there's a little bit of smoke coming out of it. Now, that's around where the fire broke out. Fortunately, it seems that the worst of it has been extinguished. But you spoke about concerns, and that's only natural because where we're standing now is just a few hundred meters away from where there are blocks of flats. You know that in the past this has been a huge concern for residents that have been living here. But let me bring in Robert McKenzie from KZN EMRS. Robert, you got the call this morning. Just tell me what you understood when you first got that information.
Well, just after 7 a.m. this morning, we started receiving reports that there had been an explosion, and emergency services started to respond to the scene. Fire department, the police, as well as ambulance services. When they arrived on scene, they found that they treated 6 people at the scene, and they've been transported to hospital. And as you mentioned, 1 has just been treated and is going to be transported to hospital now, making it a total of 7 patients that have been transported to hospital.
We're told that people that are living in areas like Mpilo and other parts of the Bluff actually felt something of a tremor earlier today. You said that you don't live far away. Did you also experience that?
Yeah, so even myself, I felt the explosion when I was still on my way to work with dropping off my daughter at school. We felt it, and my colleague felt it in Mpilo. So quite fast spread that the people could feel the explosion.
What do we know about the other employees that were inside the plant?
From what we know, everyone's been successfully evacuated, and nobody was injured as a result of the explosion. However, the people that were treated due to smoke inhalation and are all in a stable condition.
What precautions are being taken now outside the plant?
Well, currently everyone is evacuated, and the road in front of and behind of the refinery is cordoned off. All emergency services are at the scene and managing the situation.
You have been here since the fire broke out, and I'm sure you've been engaging with other authorities. Is there any reason that we know of yet that could have caused this fire? Well,
at this stage, that would be purely presumptive. A full investigation has to take place to find out what the cause of an explosion like that would be. To comment on this stage would just be presumptive.
And just to confirm, those patients that have been taken to hospital, what condition would you say they're in?
They're all in a stable condition.
Thank you very much, Robert McKenzie. Dan, I just want to show you what this road looks like now and some of the activity that is on Tara Road. So most of it has been blocked off to the public. It's just really a safety precaution. But as we were traveling down this road, which runs in front of the refinery, basically what it does is it separates Wentworth, where we see all of these flats, and the refinery itself. And there's just this road, which is Tara Road, that separates it. And as we drove along here, we saw most of the employees that were gathered outside. That's the employees that Robert McKenzie was talking about that had been evacuated. So now they are waiting for an all clear before they could get back into the refinery. But we're not sure if that's even going to happen today.
Yeah, investigations into similar incidents tend to take quite some time, Dasen. I'm just wondering if you've seen any evidence so far this morning when you arrived of any forensic investigating teams who are checking out about what happened here.
Well, certainly those investigations are already underway. I mean, you can just see by all of the vehicles that are around here, various departments that are here. There are also officials that are gathered outside the gate. But as Robert McKenzie had also said, there are very strict precautions being taken we would be kept at bay. We would not allowed anywhere near that gate or even inside. So we'll be trying to get an update from those officials that are working on the scene to find out how those investigations are progressing.
Thank you very much, Dasen Thathiah, there at that Engen refinery in Durban. The fire now seemingly under control, and thankfully no many serious injuries or fatalities, but investigations into that fire will continue now.